Okay, another update. It only took me a year to finally remember to write down what I actually did. So, because usually I'm sitting there like, what did I even do? Oh man, I totally forgot. Anyway, I wrote it down. I regret to start every single one of these with, well, I didn't do as much as I wanted to, but I didn't do as much as I wanted to do, which is every month. This month, who's the culprit? Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Well, I'll tell you. My cousin's wedding. It's his fault. Shouldn't have got married. And I've been dealing with jet lag for the last week because of this. So also, so rude. Just absolutely rude. But now we're good. Now we're knee deep in Final Fantasy and Pikmin. And once those are done, fingers crossed. Please God, fingers crossed. We can go into Game World. Now, first thing on Game World, I updated the save screen to have the day on it. So this will change depending on what day you're on. There's 10 days in the game, and this makes it easy. Not only if you wanted to load a file and be like, well, let me go back to day 3, but also for testing purposes, it was becoming really confusing as to what day I was on and what day this file was. So I did want to do this, but I wanted to do it much later. It ended up happening now because it was annoying to not have it. So that's the first thing. I don't know if I showed this off. This is, this I didn't do this last month, but I don't think I even talked about it. Where is it? I can't see. Where is it? It's the bear. It's the bear. It's the bear. It's the bear. So this is the bear encounter that takes place. Hey now. Over here. And depending on if you're dying, the other party members will come and help you, or if you're beating the bear. I just thought it was a nice way to have, in an RPG when you're fighting a boss and then it's like easy or it's hard, and then the cutscene after it is like, well, that was no big deal. And you're like, no, that was really hard, or vice versa, right? So I kind of just wrote that in here, like, oh yeah, you almost did this all by yourself. Or like, we found him, we got here just in time, and they heal you. And I just like, it's just a little thing, just to add a little variability, which is kind of the name of the game for this little project, is little changes or little things you can notice or interact with that you might not see. So that's one thing. Days on the loading screen. I added some zoom in effects for certain cutscenes, and I've only implemented that for probably the first 3 or 4 days. There is one I will show off here because right here. So we'll just, oh, actually, I think I have a save file there. Here? Sure, let's fight the boss. Let's show it off. Boop, 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 boop. Now, did I remember to reset the boss's health back to normal? Yes, I did. Okay. I was testing him and I had it at him at like 10 HP. Just so I could get past it. So this is the fight. You could theoretically be over here using items. But since I gave you the secret, I missed. That's freaking annoying. Oh no, we found him. Yeah, and then I join you. It's the little things in life. Now this bear is evasive. But the combat's really just to break up that the game is like all story and cutscenes. It's not meant to be super difficult. It's just kind of, I don't know, I hate to say just go through the motions, but that is kind of what it is. And he likes casting heal when there is no danger. Thanks a lot, AI. We'll skip through. I like how I never zoom in. I always forget. Whoop. So we'll do this. And I added boss death animations because I forgot they existed. So all the bosses die like bosses. Anyway, now we're at level 5. Oh, that's an interesting little bug there. Where is it? Okay, I can fix that. I changed a variable, and so that they didn't show up. But they're here, don't worry, I can fix it. I can fix it. Okay. Go back to town, we're done. Okay. Showing off this effect right here. Yeah, so what I add, like I was saying, I added in zoom in effects for various cutscenes, so it's zoomed in closer, but not moving anywhere. It'll zoom in and out, particularly like the intro and some of the earlier scenes. But what I realized is I could zoom in very slightly and very slowly, and it gives this weird warbly world effect, which I am using to kind of signify that the main character man, who's named Steve, I don't remember why I named him Steve, anyway, is having an issue with kind of something that was said, or just in general, there's things afoot. Right, look how weird it is with all the lines. I kind of love the effect. It's not an intentional effect, like from the development side. And then, like, oh, I'm back to normal. I think it's pretty cool. So that's in there a couple times. That's probably the last time you'll see it in the game, right here. Mainly because after this day, this is day 4, you will take control of this guy. And he does not have brain problems as man/Steve does. Let's see. I removed a bug where it's not following me. Where the game would autosave after battles, which I did not want. So I removed that. That was easy. This girl, I don't know if I ever talked about this. I figured out a way to make her run through me and then remain solid after the fact. So it's essentially an event right here. So she turns a switch in her dialogue. It waits 2 frames. It gives her a command to make sure she can go through whatever, and then I turn it off, and that's pretty much it. And then on her thing, it turns it back on. Or no, I did it backwards. Her event makes it where she can run through everything, then the other event waits 2 frames and makes it to where she can't run through anything anymore. So it gives it 2 frames of her being able to run through you, and then sets it back to normal, which is just enough time for her to run by. I tested it with like 1 frame and it didn't work, which is weird. But I guess that makes sense. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're gonna go. What else is new? The zoom in. Oh, so I finished the game through day 4. I still haven't done like a final pass. This is where day 4 ends in this feast. You're just sitting here. I haven't done I wrote this. It's not like final. I mean, nothing's final, but it's first draft. I want to get to second draft on this scene and kind of this scene too that I just skipped through. But I have that basically done. I have the start of day 5, which you start here. I don't even think I have anything written here. No, I have some basic stuff. Primarily though where is it? I can't find it. Yeah. So if I go here, I guess I should. Let's just do this. Should probably change the music for the feast. And everyone's all happy and whatever. See, this isn't final by any means. But then this is what I worked on, was making this movement event, which I'm not sold exactly on this part right here, because he walks along the outside. It makes sense though. You'd be surprised how long it takes to do some of these things. This is meant to be somewhat of a reveal of like, because you think you're playing as the other character of the guy, Steve, who left, and then it's like, oh, we're still following them. And then it follows them. And they go back to their house and have a whole thing here and talk. And then the day starts and you're still them. Spoilers. Somewhat of a reveal. I don't know how exciting it is. But it definitely, if you're not expecting it, you might be surprised. Where did we go? What am I doing? Okay, what else is up there? I think yeah, moving, oops. Everyone in town, I don't really want to spoil that. People in town behave differently based on if Steve is in your party or not. I'll put it that way. That's it for that. I don't know if I talked about the forest on the world map here. I think I did. Like, these are all custom. They're not custom. I made them character sprites so that I could put them here and make it blend in. When you're on the world map, this blends in perfectly. It just looks like the other side. And then they turn into, oops, this one turns into that so that it fits in. That's the secret passageway. Spoilers, secrets. This is, I also did some of this scene too. You can see my start event is here. Did I set that? I'll have to set that. Oh no, I did. What else? I know I did. So this day 5, you go to the North Bridge, which I already made this map. I placed the enemies, I placed some treasure, and then the mountain pass, which I placed the enemies and the treasure as well. Your goal is here, still not decided. Item and hole, not decided. But that's why you're there. And then I started working on the enemies for there, which is the harpy, not the hydra, this lizard, and this scorpion. These guys. And so time was spent somewhat balancing these out. Again, it's not supposed to be hard. This isn't meant to be like, oh man, I gotta grind. And specifically because you can't. Like, you can't grind. You beat this, it goes away. It goes away for good. So it's not that game. And then that's it. Like, you go here, you talk to that thing, you go back to town, and that's the end of day 5. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Maybe next month. In a month, I'm... What? Oh, that'd be cool if I did that here. No, I shouldn't do that here. Okay. In a month, what? Done with day 7? God, I hope so. Let's get some work done. I want to be done with this before October. There's a big Starfield-shaped hole that might get in the way, but... Fingies crossed. Cross them fingies. That was a nice quick update. You know, having a list of what you did ends up being helpful. I mean, who could have known? Now, I forgot. I forgot to write down some of the things I did in the last couple days like this and mess with the enemies, but pretty good. Way to be nice to yourself for once. Good. And now as we get further in, it's going to start to become things I don't really want to show. So it's going to be even more vague and like, well, I did this area. Can't show you any of the scenes. Can't show you any of this. But I plan on doing like a full playthrough of this and kind of talking about like, oh, this is where this is and this is what this is. And this is misspelled on purpose for this reason and weird things like that you might not notice, or like I did this way, which I think is fun. It's fun for me. I'm doing this for me, not for you. Not for you. And not for your fingies either. Fingies. Blame Anthony Carboni for fingies. It's his fault.